Pumpkin Prowlers here at SEMA 2025. So I built the sides, the side panels. I built the top. Never did any of this before. This is steel. This is not fiberglass or anything. That is not fiberglass. This is all steel. Now it's time to really get to work. After doing airbags, making new side panels, making an entire roof, now it's time to really get to work. Here we go. So here's what we got. Of course, the engine is in the back, so you want as much airflow as you can possibly get in it because you're sitting on the engine. I made me a little air scoop for the side and an access panel so that I can access my batteries and all of the goodies inside of here. Easy because this thing sits on the ground and, you know, makes it hard to get into things. That's our solution for that. Just so you know, these side panels are still completely removable, and then you can access your wheel, your suspension, and everything you need to. Did all the body work, had someone else wrap it, so if there's any imperfections in the leather, not my fault. Sanding is so much fun. It's nice, because you know, when you're doing a project, you not only get to take it off or make it, you know, then you get to strip it down, get it ready for primer, body work, and then you get to sand the body work. And then you get to prime it, and then you get to sand the primer. And then a lot of the times you get to, well, reprime it, sand the prime over again. And then once you're done sanding it and everything, and the primer's good and everything's smooth, then you get to seal it, paint it, clear it. If you're doing graphics, you get to sand it again. Then you gotta put more clear coat on it, pinstripes or whatever, and then a lot of times you gotta pour it clear on it again, then you get to sand it again. Then sometimes you clear it one last time, and then you get to sand it again, because now you gotta buff it. And when you're sanding it and buffing, you gotta go to, let's see, what's it, 600 to 800, 1,000, 2,000 to 2,500 to 3,000, and then your buffing material, then you. The point of this story is, I love sanding. So anyways, this is my 3D printed face. It took about a month and a half to print the plastic. Then you got to glue it all together. Then you got to glue it on. Then you got to do the body work, make sure it makes all sense. Then you got to sandblast it, primer it, then sandblast it again, then put it in. This is not as easy as it looks as far as, oh, it's 3D printed, the printer did it for you. No, that's not the way it works. There's a lot more work involved in doing 3D printing, especially if you want it to look this nice, this shiny, this smooth. You don't want to see any more of the printing lines or anything. You got to go through the process to make it look this good. Is this the way you do it? Well, when you're creating stuff that is just artwork, it doesn't really matter. You're using the supplies. This is seam sealer. For your car, you know, for all the seams within the underneath of your car, inside of your car, all that stuff. I'm going to use it for veins inside the eyeballs, inside the as root stems, looking like it's coming off of this, off the stem. It'll look like vines and veins. It'll look like vines and veins, basically. And all it is seam sealer. But you know, it's how you use it. That's the trick. How you use it. You don't want to overdo it. I don't want to make it gaudy or anything. You gotta have some style with it, you know, have some flow with it. So yes, it's just seam sealer, but you still gotta pay attention. That's what makes my 3D printing different from everybody else's, is its quality. Quality and quality painted. Looks like it's been dipped in glass and put aside. Everybody asks, why 8 cup holders? Why not? I mean, I don't understand the question. If you only have 4 cup holders and I have 8 cup holders, that means I can hold more stuff than you. Therefore, 8 cup holders is better than 4, right? I mean, I don't know. That makes sense to me. It doesn't seem to make sense to everybody else, but I get it. I don't know if everybody knew what the lumps on the roof are for. That's so when I'm sitting here, I got room to sit. I can drive. This gives me the ability to have a nice low roof. Got that low roof cut line. And still rock my horns. Still get out like a gangster. I don't have to turn them upside down anymore. Well, I can roll full on horny. And this is my stick shift to the Pumpkin Prowler. Once I custom paint this, oh, that's when it's gonna come alive. See, here's the problem. See, this is kind of cool, but without the amazing artwork that I'm gonna put on it, this is just kind of cool. When I'm finished with it, it's just gonna be badass. We have finished the shifter, so there can have a little bit of dust on it. There's always gotta be the little top piece. I found this little guy, and I liked him at first. You know, I thought it was nice. Had a little pretty good detail to it. But then, putting it on top of this, with the colors that are in this beautiful shifter, and then going up to these boring ass colors, now I gotta paint him to match this, because now he looks boring and cheap and old. So now I gotta customize him to fit the shifter. This is all that was supposed to be on the shifter in the beginning. It's just gonna be that little guy, you know, like maybe painted rod. But I went a little wild, and now I gotta work on him again, because he doesn't match. It's just not good enough. It's gotta match. Everything's gotta match. I just thought it looked better than, you know, a boring shift rod with a little pumpkin on it. I thought, let's overdo it. Just like everything else, let's overdo it. Oh yeah, and then we got our diamond audio. All right, come over here. So the motor's not real, it's fake. Stop telling me it doesn't have a blower thing on it. Stop telling me it doesn't have a pulley. Stop telling me, hey, listen, hey, it's fake. It's not real. I fully understand that. Underneath it is a CBR 929 motor. So it will still do 100 miles an hour, and it's just gonna look proper. I wanted it to have a motor on the back represented how fast it goes. So there you go. But stop telling me it's fake. I know it's fake. I would hope you could figure that out. You got the airbag system right here. This is just your air tank. These are nothing but Halloween props. Again, we're gonna take all kinds of random Halloween stuff, and I'm gonna make an air tank. This is gonna be my custom air tank. Slice and dice it, and you basically go around and you try to fit it where you think it's gonna work. After you get that on, you're gonna take some great stuff foam, and you're gonna take that great stuff foam, you're gonna fill all your gaps, use a lot of it to give it like vines look and veins and stuff like that, you know, like a pumpkin would. Then I'm also gonna slice these in little quarters and stick a pumpkin head here. Yeah, whatever. You get that. We're gonna cut and chop, slice, and dice all these up to fit all over here. So this entire thing will just become a bunch of pumpkins. Then after that, take your smooth on plastic, and you are literally gonna put a nice coat over the entire thing. Then you're gonna take a nice coat and you're gonna just literally pour it over it, because you want it to look like they start melting into each other. It'll take that great stuff foam and all of these plastic pieces, and it'll all make it seem like it's one. Like it's just a melting pool of pumpkins and vines, and you know, then I gotta airbrush it, and then it'll be an absolute masterpiece. And other than that, the airbrushing speaks for itself. Absolutely amazing, badass airbrushing that's fully detailed, sharp, clean, clear-coated to absolute perfection. All right, I'm gonna explain a little bit about the pumpkin prowler, what the plans are. I'm gonna take trees and wrap them around the edge, not cover everything because you still want the orange to show. Wrap some black trees around the edges, and then I'm gonna bring some lighter brown trees in, so it'll look like trees engulfing him, all behind him, like he's busting out of the forest. And then maybe a little bit of electricity on the edge of the black tree, like he's opening up a portal, you know? That's how you airbrush. So, if any of you airbrushers out there want to come talk some shit, I'd love to challenge you.